Morning, everybody. Rusty from the Rusty Razor. Have another shave of the day. And today we're going to be crowning cranes. Well, wood. What was it? Gosh, amber and woods. Man, brain's all discombobulated today. This smells like amber. Smells like kind of a piney note to it, or a kind of a loam also roaming across there. Nice little scent. I love this stuff. It's like the second tub of this I've ever had. And then we're going to be using the Merkur 34C with Astra blades. Fourth use. Yep, fourth use of these. And then we'll follow up with, yes, Tai Winds. Yes. Tai Winds. Another good scent. So I'm just going to see how it works out with the AmberWoods. So the soap lathers up really nice, has a nice little body to it. Smells really good. Alright, a little tired today. Probably because I was up watching the fire. Yeah, he said, the fire? Yeah, the fire. Yeah. Made a mistake though, I didn't bring my phone with me. When I walked down, I looked at everything. Tell you in a second what's going on after I get all lathered up and ready to rock and roll. Alright. So, where are you going? You don't belong over there. I'm supposed to be on the first. Oh, how is your day going? This is, I suppose you'll be seeing this on Thursday or maybe Friday. I don't know. This will be the Thursday shave, but I don't know when exactly some of you get to watch these things. And when I put it at 2 o'clock in the morning my time, which is about, I think, 8 a.m. in England. So if you're across the pond, you might be getting ready for work. I don't know. One of those things. Heck, some of you might even be at work at that time. So, yeah, got plenty. Soap off my hand. Nothing worse than having soap on your fingers when you're trying to hold your razor. Not that this is a big issue with the Merkur 34C. Lots of knurling. It doesn't slide around. Unlike the King C Gillette handle, which you get the soap on it, you go right out of your fingers. Like, what were they thinking with that? I don't know. All right, downstroke. All right, this morning about 2 a.m., I hear sirens. It's like, okay, all right, so the fire department's going someplace in the early morning. And then I hear more sirens. And then I hear more sirens. And I'm like, what the heck? And then I start smelling smoke. I'm like, well, that's local. So I go outside. At that time, it's about time I normally go to bed. And I start hearing more sirens coming. And so I wander out and I start seeing the flickering, because, most of on the state fairgrounds here, they got all the lights off except for the kind of the street lights that they have running the lanes. So you do have some ambient light being able to see around. Yeah, because you can walk around the fairgrounds even after dark. If there's an event going on, they don't stop you from walking around. But they close shop normally if there's not an event going on. So. And I start seeing, I'm smelling a lot of smoke, and I'm smelling cooking food, and I'm like, man, it smells like someone's burning the barbecue. Like, that's what I'm smelling like. Wow. And hang on a second. A spider running up my mirror. I'm gonna kill that thing. And probably looks like an earthquake on camera. So I look over there, and it's the warehouse. They have a Campbell says a warehouse on the fairgrounds where they keep all their food, because they're the ones that run most of the vending and supply everything during the fair. So they have a big warehouse, and it's probably still stocked pretty good. And it caught fire. It was a raging inferno. And the worst thing is that they got campers. You know, they for their people to work. You know, they store campers and stuff. They're right next to the building. You know, they keep about, I think it's 10 or 15 campers. And yeah, it's like you got raging inferno with heat. It's like those things like look like there's. I've seen the video of it from the newscast, and it was like looked like those are melted. Yeah, it was a disaster. Well, I got it. The Jeffrey Smith drippy this morning. It's flying everywhere, and so. They, even when the sun came up, they were still working on it. You can see the engines are keeping, spraying water on it just to keep it down, because, you get a lot of smoldering stuff. But when you go outside, it still smells like roast chicken. And brats and, you name it. Along with the smell of a little bit of tar product. So, yep. That was a major loss. That's not the first fire that's ever happened at the fairgrounds. There was Habanero Pete's. They were just about a month before, they were doing some work on it. This has been at least 12, 14 years ago, somewhere in there. They were doing some work around the gas line, and they ruptured the gas line and it caught fire. So it was like a flamethrower coming out of this broken gas line, natural gas line. And it just was flamethrowing the side of the building, and it caught fire, and the whole structure, because the structure was wood, old wood, and it just burned it to the ground. I was on the fairgrounds that day watching, and I watched it burn down. Yeah, it was like, I was walking that day, and I seen the smoke coming out when I started to walk, because I'd walk up the hill, right past where the current building had just burned down today. I could see, because I loop around the fairgrounds, because it's got a nice big hill, which I like walking on. I walked by it, and I was like, ooh, that's smoke coming out here? And by the time I got to the top of the hill, you could just see the whole thing was like, just burning. The fire department. By the time the fire department got there, it was just starting to collapse in on itself. That's how quickly it burned up. And we've had, the random camper during the fair. Would catch fire and burn to the ground, taking out a camper or two next to it. Yeah, we had one that was just right up on the hill here. If you watched my previous video, you can see where the campers are. And it's just a small section. There's 10,000 campers. I think around that. It's a 20-year wait to get a camping spot during the fair. That's how many people. It's like a destination thing, People coming in. It's like a little city forms, where you got an extra 100,000 people camping outside your house. like for like 15 days. Then the mass exodus happens the Sunday, the last day of the fair. Then you get the mass exodus, which causes a massive traffic jam outside our house. Can be a pain. They did a good job this year. They actually got on it. It was like about 7 a.m. They had a couple officers rotating through that were directing traffic to get them in and out. So that wasn't a big traffic jam. Because you get all those campers all Sunday into the evening, and Monday morning are exiting. But it's almost to the point now where the traffic's dropped down. It's kind of quiet again, except for last night. But kind of quiet again, which I like. You know, I'm willing to spend 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks of extra people, for the amount of money we make off of them. But it's worth it. Let's see. Oh, I don't know if I did say. It's like my wife got COVID just before the fair. It was the Monday before the fair she got COVID. And my mother-in-law got COVID. She's 85, got COVID. She was sick for about 3 days. My wife was sick for about 3 days. I had a day where I kind of felt funky, like ugh, kind of that feverish, achy feel for about a day, and that was it. Like, it probably tried to take her. My wife, she took one of those home tests, and she tested positive. My mother-in-law took it, and she tested positive. She went to the clinic, and they gave her some meds of some type to help her out because of her age, to alleviate some of the symptoms. But she stormed through it pretty good. And this variant that's going around, it's not like the first one that came around, the first version. This latest one is like it's more like a bad cold, respiratory, which we've had our fair share that went around over the years that I've seen. We had that 2009, we had the swine flu, H1N1, I think it was. I got pneumonia from it. My brother-in-law was in the hospital for it. So, back in the 70s, I got pneumonia. I got really sick before the pneumonia hit. And it's like my parents thought it was just a regular bad sinus / flu-like symptoms. But it turned into full-fledged pneumonia. And in a hospital on a respirator for about 2 weeks. About 10 at the time. There was 10, I guess. It was right after my 10th birthday. I went into it was like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day time frame when I went into the hospital. The whole thing was that, I don't know if you had parents like, you better be dead before we take you to the doctor. Well, I was almost dead. Literally. It was funny. I can laugh at it now, but like when you talk to the doctor and you're one lucky boy. Like, if your parents hadn't brought you in when they did, you'd be gone. Like, what? Yeah. And he said 6 hours from the checkout counter. It's like, man. And you just like take it for granted. You Don't take life for granted, because you never know when you're going to be there. It's like, hello? Hey, what are you doing with that side blade, man? I'm here to collect you. Like, oh, crap. I guess it's time. Yeah. One of those things. We're not getting out of this alive. Enjoy life while you can. That's all I got to say. Enjoy every minute you got. It's too short. Man, time goes by. I was thinking that was 48 years ago. Man. Well, yeah, definitely this is going to be the last use of this Astra, 4th use. Call it good. Still doing its job. But when you got a whole bunch of them, you don't need to push it as much as you need to. It's like 4 and done. Astras, I can get about 6 good shaved out of them, but I usually just go for 4. They only cost me like 5 or 6 cents a piece, so it's not like it's a major expense. Now, you get some of those ones like the 7 o'clock blacks or the Wisdomets, you know, those are, you're looking at like 25 cents a piece. Yeah, you're gonna push those a little bit. Get your money's worth. Yeah, that's good. A little bit better right there. Here the blade working. That area right on the chin. Right there. Oh, for some reason it's being stubborn today. There we go. Yeah, we'd be done. Yeah, I feel like we're done. Oh, wait a minute. Now we're done. Don't forget to get behind the ears. Alright, so a little bit of Avon Tai winds. This is supposed to be like Avon Tai winds. You can see that. It's kind of like high karate. I think it's their version of high karate. A little bit there. Oh, tangling right through here. That works. Smells pretty good, actually. Nice little combination. I do have another container of this stuff. I dug everything out the other, just before the fair, but I never did get around to making a video. Maybe I should go do that. It's like all of my Avon collection. Dig it out and show you to it. Yeah, here we go. This is Avon Tai win also in the Merkur pipe. Those are my grandfather's. Got a little bit of everything. Nice little collection of stuff I picked up from him. It's like, I want all this stuff. This is mine. All right. So, the shave of the day was AmberWoods from Crowne and Crane. You can tell this thing has been used pretty much, like it's getting whittled down. Yeah, it smells good. Nice. It actually works pretty good between the two. It smells good. And then we had the Astra blades with the Merkur 34C, 4th use. And I'm binning this blade. That's at the end of its life expectancy. And then obviously the Parade of the Tai Wind from Avon. Smells good. Kind of reminds my grandfather. Like memories come flood back. Alright. So that's the shave of the day. Hope you guys like it. Like and subscribe. Share with your friends. And we'll see you the next one. Rusty out.